Hey everyone, you are here with Jenny and Tash. So great to be here with you today. We are just popping in to give you a little bit of a reminder because things are getting a little wackadoodle out there in the reality. We just wanted to pop on and talk a little bit about the way you can balance things because really at the end of the day, you're one person. Yes, one person can do a lot to change the world. However, what are you going to pick to work on changing right now? What can you actually do right now to change your reality? And how will that ripple out into the world? Because sitting around worrying about stuff doesn't really do anything. And does the thing you're worrying about actually end up looking like what you're worrying about? There's a page on Facebook called The Rabbit Hole, and for some reason it comes into my feed and then I look at it and so then I get more rabbit hole. And it's so true though, right? You want to go down the rabbit hole of the world being flat, you could totally back that up. There is so much stuff out there that could make you be like, maybe the world is flat. Maybe there are 7 continents on the other side of the Antarctic wall. And you know what? Honestly, maybe we are in the Matrix. Maybe this is a computer simulation. Maybe the world is about to end. Maybe any of these things that is going on that is wackadoodle right now could actually come true. But I can guarantee you one thing. It will not look anything like what you think it's going to look like. So the point to this really quick little riff that we're in right now is, how do you make today the best day of your life? So I'm Tash. I am a mountain bike life performance coach. I'm all about helping you live your dream life in your head, if nowhere else, and creating things the way you want it to be, right? I'm here with my amazing co-host, Jenny. Introduce yourself real quick and then let's dig into this a bit.
Yeah, I'm Jenny. I'm an animal communicator and energy healer for animals and their people too. If you are looking to learn more about your pet from their perspective, then that is a great reason to get connected together so that you all can have a deeper, more meaningful relationship together.
So what are your thoughts?
Yeah, this is a big topic. And I have a funny feeling this is one of those episodes that you could go back and listen to almost any time and it would still apply because the world is so on tilt right now.
It is
things just keep getting weirder and weirder, and the news I find and just the stuff that's happening. I got word secondhand last weekend that someone had a parrot that ended up 60 feet up in a tree. Crazy stuff is happening everywhere. And I think in that though, the important thing to remember is that we all still have a choice. We always have a choice how we respond. And if we're not conscious of that and present with that, we will be buffeted by the energies that are going on all over everywhere right now. And things are crazy. I passed 2 separate accidents yesterday driving. There was traffic backed up all over the place. It was weird yesterday. The energy was just really off. And when that happens, the most important thing I can do for myself and everyone around me is check myself first. Check my own energy first. And there's that cliche, that whole be the change you want to see in the world. Guess where that starts? Way internally. That's an inside job. And I cannot expect to see peace in the world or compassion in the world or empathy in the world if I am not exhibiting that first towards myself to start with, and then towards those around me. To me, that statement is a big, tall order, and it comes with a lot of weight to it. It's not something to lightly throw around. And if you're saying that, you damn well better be working on yourself pretty hard, because that's the first step. because your energy matters. How you show up in this world matters. It matters to the collective. It matters to everyone. Everybody's had some person flying through traffic like crazy. Well, guess what energy they're smearing all over the world, right? That's why your focus matters so damn much.
Well, and to lighten it a little bit, though, it's like the energy is where you're at. Taking that moment, as Kathy Heller likes to say, it's like have tea with yourself in the morning. Take a moment to decide. I woke up this morning and I was like, I'd had such a weird dream. And I woke up and I was like, I am so tired. I really don't want to crawl out of bed right now. I'm like, but I have to. I have a commitment. I got to do this. And so I crawled myself out of bed. And as I'm noticing, my headspace is like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to do this today. And then I remembered an Instagram reel that I saw yesterday that was like, when you wake up in the morning and you're in that kind of sleepy space where you're not really awake and you're not really asleep anymore, like, I'm going to have the best day ever. How much better can it get today? What amazing things are going to come my way today? It's not about manifesting anything. It's not about affirming anything. The idea was to move into a space of curiosity as to what amazingness, what really cool things can I pull into my energy field today? And therefore, what can I leave out? And when we walk through the world in this space of wonder, when we walk through the world in this like energy that good things happen, this is just a human experience. Maybe we are in the Matrix. Who cares? Make it amazing, because you are whatever you are. But the reality is we are 99% space. We are made up of water. We really don't actually exist, except for we believe we exist. And so therefore, the way that all this stuff has been able to infiltrate our programming is because we're allowing it to infiltrate our programming. As you say, if you're getting pissed when you're in traffic, then that's a little virus that is going through the entire matrix. However, if you are able to hold your calm and hold your peace and hold your space, that's also a little virus that's hidden through the consciousness. And at the end of the day, none of this really matters. What matters is your space and your headspace. And if you want to be the person that takes on something big, what is that something big that you're going to take on? And are you going to take it on with anger? Are you going to take it on with love? What are you going to put into your virus? A virus doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just an energy, because we're just space. As I filter through, it's like, okay, this whole Diddy thing, this whole like horrible things that are going on in the world thing, it's awful. But is there anything you can actually do about it by worrying about it? And when we worry, again, like you can be over here worrying about 5,000 different crazy things that are going on in the world. And then a hurricane can take out your house and you're like, oh, shit, wasn't worrying about that one.
Yeah. Yeah. I find when I really work on this kind of thing that I just don't have room for that stuff anymore. I don't have room for the celebrity crap or whatever. There's just not room in my world for that. And so people can go do what they want to do, and people are going to do what they want to do, but there's a hell of a lot of good going on in this world. And there's a hell of a lot of people that are coming together and supporting each other and supporting a lot of different worthy causes. And I don't have to get wrapped up in the frantic energy of any of it, because it's most important that I am taking care of myself. It was a struggle last fall when Hurricane Helene ripped through my home area, my hometowns. It was hard. It was so hard sitting 9 hours away, watching the places that I hold so dear to my heart just getting absolutely shredded. And here it is 9, 10 months later, And those places, many of them still have not recovered.
So yeah, exactly. Like you've got this thing going on that you care about, and so your energy is pulled there, and you do what you can, right? You tell people about it. You do what you can to adjust your energy levels. And I think that's what's important. I really noticed last year that when the Jasper fires happened, I couldn't talk about the Jasper fires without bursting into tears. And I was chatting to my counselor about this, and we started talking about the fact that my house burnt down when I was a kid. And we went through all of these things that I hadn't really pinned as traumatic responses to a fire engine or a forest fire or anything to do with fire would trigger me. And it wasn't until we talked it out and I realized, okay, this is a traumatic response that I am having in relation to fire because of an experience I had. And after talking about that and working through it, I can actually now be third party and step back and not feel like I am part of the trauma that is happening around me to other people, and be able to be present with it's not my reality, and yet have empathy for it being the reality of others. And I think this is really important when it's something that's not happening to you per se. So then you can make a decision on how you want to be involved with this. Me watching the news every day to see what's going on isn't going to change anything at all. There's nothing I can do. I can't stop the next COVID-19 outbreak. I can't stop a potential war that's happening. I can't stop riots in the States. I could get really, really scared and really worried about the fact that I'm planning on going to Mexico in September and I might not be able to drive through the US. But honestly, the world we're living in right now is changing so quickly that in September, I may as well worry about that. And maybe a little bit before, because if I can't do that, I'm going to have to make another plan. But honestly, at this point, like,
Yeah.
letting that affect my daily moment by moment is just going to raise my cortisol. It's going to make things harder for me. And to switch it back into a lighter gear, if you think that you are fat and out of shape and your algorithm is full of like you need to be fit and people that are ridiculously fit, you start to look in the mirror and you're like, I'm not there, I'm not that. And that takes up your entire reality. If we decide something is important, then we can't focus on anything else. And that then affects your well-being. And it's crazy that it can be as important to you that you're not thin as it is that the world's falling apart. It really depends on what you're deciding to focus on that day. And I think that's what we're talking about right now, is that feeling inside of you. As long as you are externally focused, you will not have peace.
Yeah.
And you can hold both things.
Yes.
But the most important, as you said, is that oxygen mask, finding yourself grounded, and then you can decide how you are going to respond and react and what energy you're going to send out to the rest of the world. And the most important energy for us to send out right now is love, peace, joy, because that ripple, remember, we're in the matrix. If that is true, we need to change the coding. We need to change the programming. And if there are enough of us doing that, then it will ripple. And it will change whatever might be happening.
Yeah. It is really that simple. And that is the reality, that whether you are having an energy state that is full of angst and anger and frustration, or you're having an energy state that's full of love and peace and compassion, either way, you're rippling something. And we can always choose. Some days it's going to be easier than others to make that choice, and that's okay. But if you start with yourself and your own focus first, like I just wonder, like, what would happen if everybody spent 5 minutes every day doing nothing but focusing on that positive energy, the love, the compassion, the empathy, the gratitude, the appreciation. Pick whatever word you want, whatever you want to name it, whatever it is. Those higher vibration feelings. What in the world would happen if just 5 minutes? Like, that would start radically changing everything.
Science shows, there have been, when people sit down and meditate as a group, crazy, crazy, crazy stuff happens.
Yeah.
And you can't make that shit up.
Yeah. And that's part of why I feel like the whole idea of be the change you wish to see in the world, never underestimate the power of doing that for yourself, of making that an inside job first. Don't ever underestimate the power that that has. Because if somebody can change your day and turn it into a bad day because they cut you off in traffic, guess what? The opposite is also true. You never know when the power of the positive side of things could turn someone's day completely around. Absolutely. So why would you not choose that?
Absolutely. I think that's pretty much where we can leave it. Why would you not choose that? You get to choose. And you're going to go, yeah, but you get to choose. You get to choose. You want to make a difference? Choose love. Yeah. Choose to focus on love, joy, happiness. Yeah. And then choose what action you're going to take. Mm-hmm. So this is episode 97, in case you're worried. We are getting really close to 100. And, friends, we just really appreciate you being here today. I'm Natasha Lucky. I'm a life performance dream coach. I do believe that you can have the life you want to live. And that is by just being in the right energy every single day. We don't need a lot of money. We don't really need anything. We just really need to focus on ourselves and focus on others, or focus on ourselves and what we can do for others to be that change, as Jenny says. So you can find me, Betty Go Hard, on Instagram. You can find me on Facebook, although I really shouldn't be there that often. And I'm Natasha Lucky on Substack. Jenny, let's close this out.
Yeah, I'm Jenny Brandon. I'm an animal communicator and energy healer for animals and their people too. If you want to connect more deeply with your pet and learn a little bit more about how to be the change you wish to see from your pet, because they are excellent teachers on this topic, then that would be a great reason to connect together. And you can find me on the web at soulpetconnections.com or on Substack, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube under the same handle. We really appreciate you hanging on this wild ride through the weeds today. It has been a little bit of an adventure, but we are still here, and we appreciate you being here with us. If you would please leave us your likes, comments, and shares. We love to hear from you and know how you're doing. So I'm going to close it out, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
See you guys next time.